like this duology, to be honest. That it's a Hermione fanfic. But I'll think about it later. I really don't know what the Chestnut Springs. Welcome to my bookshelf tour. First off, I am so excited to be doing this because I haven't done this video for a very long time. I'm pretty sure in a year. So I am just really excited to talk about my books and show you guys what books I have on my shelves. And a few of you guys really wanted me to do a bookshelf tour, so I am doing it for all of you guys. I hope you guys will enjoy this video. But without further ado, let us get on with this bookshelf tour. I have a huge bookshelf with me right here. Please ignore the table. Just ignore it. My shelf is like semi-connected to the table. It's messy. I know we should not talk about it. Other than this big ass shelf, I have a tiny one right here, and that's the newest addition. If you guys want to see me reorganize that shelf and also build it, I will link it in the description box or in the cards. If you guys want to know where my shelves are from, I cannot tell you guys. I literally do not know where it's from because my dad custom made it for me. Thank you, Father, for giving me a very good shelf. But I love the color. It is a very dark brown, and I just really like that it's very sturdy. It is very big and I enjoy it. However, it is not enough for the amount of books I have. So that is the biggest issue, is that I'm running out of space. Regardless, we're going to start with our tour. I think I'm going to start with this tiny shelf here first because that's the easiest way to go. So let me bring you over to that shelf. Also, I don't have those like fancy schmancy little mics, so if the sound is like really bad, I apologize. I'm trying my best here. This is my tiny shelf, my newest addition to my bookshelves, and I have 4 tiers in the shelf. Specifically, it is only to kind of put my favorite books on here so that I can showcase it somehow. First up, we have the top shelf over here. If you guys see these little figurines.
These are my new obsession. They're pop-marked figurines, and this is Demu, the character Demu. I love this character. I'm gonna collect so much more of him.
I only have a few right now, but I'm gonna have a lot more very soon. For this top shelf, I have the Boys of Tommen series right here, and then I have my book-binded manacled version by Senlin Yu. This is not available anymore because manacled is being traditionally published. That is named Alchemized, I'm pretty sure, and I'm so freaking excited. These are my prized possessions because this is really expensive. This is the first print edition of the Bloom Books Boys of Tommen series, and if you buy them now, they're completely black, the spine. So I love this, okay? It's my lovely manacled book-binded version. It's super thick and I love it. Every single time someone comes in to my room and asks me about this book, I just tell them that it's a Hermione fanfic. Moving down to my bottom 2 shelves over here. This is basically a shelf of my favorite romance books. I have the Windy City series here, Right Move, Caught Up, Play Along, and then I have My Dark Desire by L.D. Shannon Parker S. Huntington. I don't know what the series name is called. The first book is My Dark Romeo, but I didn't like the first book. And then I have The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, Unuttered Love Song by Jolie Soto, Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan, and Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. And then another Abby Jimenez book, Yours Truly, and Another Love Story by Ashley Poston. They're like my 4.5 to 5-star romance reads that I really want to put and display. So that's that. And then down here, I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you guys see? I have more of my Demu figurines, and this is my second chance romance shelf, if you guys don't know that and can't see from all of the books on here. So I have Happy Place by Emily Henry, Before We Were Strangers by Renee Carlino, This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. The top one over here is Forget Me Not by Jolie Soto, which I freaking love. Jolie Soto, if you guys don't know, her other book is up here and I freaking love it. This is why it is being displayed, because I am obsessed with her. And then I have The X-Files by Jessica Joyce and 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. These are all second chance romances, plus they're rated like 4.5 to 5 stars. And I just want a shelf for my favorite trope, so that's that. Last but not least is this shelf over here. This is my Carissa Robin shelf. I just feel like she deserves a space on her own. This is the War of Lost Hearts trilogy, and this is the first 2 books of the Crowns of Nyaxia series, which the 3rd book, the second part of the duology, came out, but I have not read that yet, so it's in my physical TBR, but it will be put here later. I'm so freaking excited. These are all her like indie versions of her books. And now let's get on to this side of my shelf. Let us move on to this part of my shelf, which is basically the most bottom on the left side, and this is my romance shelf. I know it's all over the place. I have too many romance books. They might look like they're all over the place, but they're organized because on the left side are romance books I don't really enjoy, and on the right side are romance books I kind of enjoy. Let's start with this side first. I have Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver, Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. They're part of the Ruinous Love trilogy. And then we have Every Summer After by Carly Fortune, King of Wrath by Anna Huang, Funny You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman, X's and O's by Amy Lee, Business or Pleasure by Rachel Lynn Solomon, The X Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon, Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham Young, The Wall of Peg Me by Mariana Zapata, How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwang, The Love of My Afterlife by Kirsty Greenwood, Witch's Guide to Making a Demon by Sarah Hawley, The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez, The Happy Ever After playlist by Abby Jimenez. I did like the Happy Ever After playlist, but I don't like the Friend Zone, and I want to put them together, so they're here. And on this side, I didn't like Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez, so it's on the left side. And then these books I kind of enjoy. We have The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang, Happily Ever After by Lynn Painter, The Love Wager by Lynn Painter, Love at First Book by Jen McKinley, You with a View by Jessica Joyce, Ready or Not by Cara Baston, Girl Gone Viral by Alicia Rai, Love Life Farms, In the Weeds, and Business Casual, all by BK Borison. I did not enjoy this. Actually, I don't know why it's here. I put this here because the sizing was a little bit awkward. It's not as small as this size, but it's not the biggest one, so if I put it here, it's just really awkward. So it's here, but I didn't really enjoy this book as well. And I have Abby Jimenez's Just for the Summer. This is too thick and I have no space, so it's up here, but I did enjoy this book. And then on this side, I have Lucy Score's By a Thread, Lucy Score's the whole Knock 'em Out series, Things We Never Got Over, Things We Hide from the Light, and Things We Left Behind. And then I have Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher, Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher, which is the Lakefront Billionaire series, I think. And then The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston, Funny Feelings by Tara Dewitt, Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, The Kiss Curse and the X-Hex by Erin Sterling, Seven Summers by Paige Toon, and The Game Changer by Lana Ferguson. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is the most top book. That is it for this shelf. It's my adult romance shelf. We're gonna move on to my young adult romance shelf, which is right next. This shelf is pretty empty. There's only these books, and then I have more space over here, but for right now I have my little no shelf control plaque to fill in the space. We can start from here. The Love That Split the Word by Emily Henry. I didn't enjoy this book, and also it's my only YA romance hardcover, so that's why it's on here. And then I have The Art of Hearing Heartbeats and A Well-Tempered Heart by John Philippe Senker. These are very old books that I own. If I take it out, you'll see that it's super yellow on the pages. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you guys can see clearer. But I have Eleanor and Park and Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and then I have Lola and The Boy Next Door by Anna Perkins. These are really old books. I don't know if it's like super yellow yet. It's super yellow. Can you guys see it? It's super yellow compared to like books I just bought now. Wow. Anyway, next up I have What to Say Next by Julie Buxbaum, Betting on You by Lynn Painter, The Summer of Broken Rules by Kale Walter, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana, and Between Us by Vari McFarlane. And then I have my Sarah Adams pile here. I'm really sad that When in Rome is a different size than everything else. When in Rome, Practice Makes Perfect, The Cheat Sheet, The Rule Book, The Match, The Enemy, and then I have Love Boat Taipei by Abigail Hing Wen. I didn't like this book, so let's not talk about it. I really like this book, Heartbreak House Share by Emily Merrill. I do highly recommend it if you guys want to read a very heartwarming friendship type of story. And then I have The Bodyguard by Catherine Centers. I'm gonna bring you guys up to this shelf over here because this is also my other romance shelf. On this side is my Magnolia Parks books by Jessa Hastings. I have all 5. Magnolia Parks, Daisy Hates, Into the Dark, The Great Undoing, and then this is Into the Dark. Sorry, this is The Long Way Home, and this is Into the Dark. This whole stack over here are my sports romances. This is The Graham Effect and The Dixon Rule by Elle Kennedy, Stephanie Archer's Behind the Net and The Fake Out, Grace Riley's sports romance series, First Down, Breakaway, Stealing Home, Wicked Serve, and Candy Steiner's sports romance series as well, the Red Zone Rival series, Fair Catch, Blindside, Quarterback Sneak, and Hail Mary. And then I have Collide by Belle Cabra on top. And then on this side is the Icebreakers TVCMH series. We have Icebreakers, we have Wildfire, and we have Daydream. I have the whole series for the Addicted books by Kristen Becker Ritchie. From the first book to the last book, Addicted to You, Ricochet, Addicted for Now, Kiss the Sky, Hot House Flower, Addicted After All. Nope, I missed Thrive. Thrive, Addicted After All, Feel the Fire, Long Way Down, and Some Kind of Perfect. So I do love the shelf a lot, and I would do like my top shelf over here because it's also my other romance shelf, but it's easier for me to go this way. So we're just gonna go this way first. This is my adult fantasy shelf. This one and the one above it, like half of it, is my adult fantasy shelf. I have a lot more YA books, so my YA shelves are a lot bigger. It's on this side and the one up here. Let's start from this pile over here. If you guys can tell, they're actually arranged by publisher. This side all here are from Penguin, except for the top one, the Book of Azrael, but from the bottom we have Gild, Glint, Gleam, and Glow. This is the Plated Prisoners series by Raven Kennedy. I forgot the series name, but the first book's actually this one, A Song of the Marked, and then A Twist of the Blade, and then The Call of the Void, and A Crown of the Gods. There's one more book. The last book of this 5-book series I have not owned yet, so yeah. And then I have A Fate of Wrath and Flame by K.A. Tucker. This is the Fate and Flame series, the first book. I have not read the other 3 books in this quartet, so I only have one here, and then the last one is The Book of Azrael by Amber V. Nicole. This is going to go somewhere else, but I don't know where else to put it for right now, so it's sitting here. On this side I have Babel by R.F. Kuang and Throne of the Fallen by Karen Maniscalco. These are my 2 semi-standalone fantasy books, but because I have Throne of Secrets that's after Throne of the Fallen, I will need to move Babel somewhere later, but I'll think about it later. This other stack over here, I have like all Orion books until One Dark Window, and then these are my Brandon Sanderson books. And then I have Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young on the bottom. These 3 are the Artifacts Pharaoh series. It's a quartet. The last book has come out. Has it? The last book I will buy very, very soon. The first book is Trial of the Sun Queen, Rule of the Aurora King, and then Fate of the Sun King. These are by Nisha J. Tooley, and I will be finishing the series. Then we have the Greenbone Saga trilogy, Jade City, Jade War, Jade Legacy. Love this series. I highly recommend it. And then the Shepherd King duology, One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns. And then my 2 Brando Sando, I have Warbreaker and The Final Empire. I will be continuing the Mistborn Part 1 series, but I don't know when I'm gonna read it. I have not bought the 2nd and 3rd books, so. And then the reason why I put Adrienne Young on here for Supposed to Forgetting is because I have A Making of June Farrow over here. I have this book, which I really, really like, but this is in hardcover and this is in paperback, but I want to know that they're together, so I put it here. And then I have these Hollow Vows and these Twisted Bonds by Lexi Ryan, and I didn't like this duology, to be honest. Okay, I didn't enjoy it, and they say it's YA, but for me it's adult, so I put it in my adult shelf. And then I have Leigh Bardugo's The Familiar, and on here, I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you guys see it? Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccarelli. It's hiding somewhere here. I don't know if you can see it. It's quite dark actually. And on top here, I have a light stick. If you guys don't know, I like K-pop, and this is my EXO light stick. Moving on, this is my YA shelf. It's kind of hidden behind, so I'm gonna try and do it on 2 parts. So this is on the left side of the shelf, and I have a stack of books. I have A River Enchanted and Fire Endless by Rebecca Ross. And then I have the Caraval trilogy and the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy by Stephanie Garber. And then I have Fable and Namesake by Adrienne Young, and the Cruel Prince trilogy by Holly Black. The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axie O is on top here. And then on the inside, I have a bunch of duologies over here. So I have the Divine Rivals, Ruthless Vows, I think Letters of Enchantment duology it's called. Then We Hunt the Flame and We Free the Stars by Hafsa Faisal. This is the Sands of Arawiya trilogy. Sorry, duology. Foul Lady Fortune and Foul Heart Huntsman duology by Chloe Gong, as well as the These Violent Delights and Our Violent Ends, also by Chloe Gong. On top here, I have a book by Kristen Cashore, but I don't remember like reading this book. It's been a long time. I have only 4 of it. I think there's like 5 books, but it's The Selection, The Elite, The One, and The Heir, and it's a very, very old book. This side of the shelf, by the way, are basically a lot of older books that were released a long time ago. I have the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. Then I have the Maze Runner trilogy over here. This is by, who is it? James Dashner, I think. And then the Hunger Games trilogy by Suzanne Collins. And then on this side are all books by Marie Lu. Legend, Champion, The Midnight Star, The Young Elites, The Rose Society, The Prodigy. These are not in order, by the way. I'm pretty sure there's like 2 trilogies that I mixed it up because I have 2 paperbacks and 4 hardbacks. When I was young, I didn't really care too much about the fact that I own different sizes of books, so they're like this. They're a bit weird. This is my other YA shelf. On this side are basically books that are black, white and like red themed. So on the edge here I have Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, and then I have the Shadow and Bone trilogy by Leigh Bardugo as well. And then I have the Twilight series. I don't own Twilight. I know it's funny, but I'm pretty sure I lent it out to somebody and I lost it. And then I have the Serpent and Dove trilogy by, who is it? Shelby Mahurin. And I have the Scarlet Veil as well, the duology, the first book. I'm not going to continue with the series, by the way. It's supposed to be underneath, but I was using it for something else just now. And then I have Fireborn by Rosaria Monda, the Aurelian Cycle trilogy that I will be continuing very soon. On this side of the shelf are basically books that are on the large paperbacks, hardbacks, and a random series. This is Never by Jessa Hastings, Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and Heart of the Sun Warrior by Sue Lynn Tan. It's a duology, by the way. Where the Dark Stands Still by A.B. Pornick. I have A Magic Steeped in Poison and A Venom Dark and Sweet by Judy Lin. I forgot the full name, but. And then I have This Woven Kingdom, These Infinite Threads, and All This Is a Glory by Tara Mafi. I really like this series. I will be continuing it. I'm excited to continue it. And this shelf is a mix of my YA fantasy and adult fantasy shelves. So this part is YA and this part is adult. Starting from here, we have A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid over here. Can you guys see it? And then A Daughter of the Pirate King and A Daughter of the Siren Queen by Trisha Levenseller. I have these really pretty hardbacks with these sprayed edges, so I do own them, but I don't actually really enjoy the series and I haven't read One Daughter of the Siren Queen. I put it on here because the books are really pretty on the shelf. I also own the paperback of Daughter of the Pirate King. Moving on to the stack, I have Assistant to the Villain and Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mirror. And then I have the Powerless trilogy, Powerless, the novella Powerful, and Reckless, all by Lauren Roberts. And then up here is Sorcery of Florence by Margaret Rogerson, my all-time favorite YA fantasy standalone, and I absolutely recommend it to every single person. I have the novella Mysteries of Thorn Manor right here, and a little Demu. This side is my adult fantasy side. I have One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake, Feybound by Sarah El Arifi, Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling, Trad Pub version, Indie Pub version, Kingdom of Lies series by Sasha Stark. I only have the first three. By the time the fourth book came out, it was traditionally published and I don't want to own it because it was a different size. I'm also not continuing the series, so I only have these three. And then King of Battle and Blood and Queen of Myth and Monsters by Scarlett St. Clair, to which I will not be continuing the series as well. Then we have A Dawn of Onyx and A Promise of Peridot. This is by Kate Golden. I have read this whole series. The last book is Sabrina of Rose, and I don't own a physical copy. I will own it very, very soon. The last one on top here is Phantasma by Kaylee Smith, and then I have a little Demu. Two Demus. They're so cute, you guys. Oh my gosh. And then on this side I have Invisible Eye by LaRue by V. Schwab. But yeah, that is it for this shelf. Let's get on to this shelf. Maybe I am biased, but this is my favorite shelf of all time because my favorite book of all time is on here, Happy Place by Emily Henry, as you guys can see. But this is my Emily Henry, Ellie Hazelwood, and Elsie Silver stack. So this whole stack of books here are all Elsie Silver. This is the, I suddenly don't know what, the Chestnut Springs series? Yeah. And then this is the Rose Hill Ranch series. Flawless, Heartless, Powerless, Reckless, Hopeless. Yeah, I got it correct. And then Wild Love and Wild Eyes. And then I have my Happy Place by Emily Henry. This is the Waterstones exclusive signed edition, and it's sprayed edges. It's beautiful. Ta-da! I love this to bits, so it's up in front. And then I have Funny Story by Emily Henry. This is on the UK version. This is the UK big paperback. And then we have Ali Hazelwood, starting from The Love Hypothesis, Love on the Brain, Loath to Love You, Check and Mate, Love Theoretically, Bride, and Then Not in Love, all by publication order from oldest to newest. My other Emily Henry books, People With Me on Vacation, Book Lovers, and Beach Read. I'm waiting for these two to come out in the small paperbacks. I know Happy Place came out, I know, but I haven't gotten it yet. So I also know that I have another Happy Place book like in this small shelf over here. That is my big US paperback, and that one is my annotated version. Let's move on to this top one over here. We're almost done. I'm trying to make this one quick because it's only Cassandra Clare. This is the whole Shadow Hunters series books, and then I have these Pop Mart boxes we can ignore them. This one is the Mortal Instruments series, and I have a mix of Infernal Devices, The Last Hours, and I don't remember, the Dark Artifices I think it's called. My Cassandra Clare shelf, I left a bit of space here for Swordcatcher, which is also written by her. The last shelf I have over here is my Lit Fic Sci-Fi YA mystery shelf because I don't have a lot of them. These two over here are my only sci-fi books, Illuminate and Gemina. This is by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Oh, I have a non-fic here. This is Jeanette McCurdy's I'm Glad My Mom Died. And then Yellow Face by R.F. Kuang, Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton, also non-fic. Two TJ Klune books, The House in the Cerulean Sea and Under the Whispering Door. Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors. The Whole Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy. This is by Holly Jackson. And then we have three lit fic. These three hardbacks I bought like a long time ago. They were kind of my, when I was young, reads. So I don't remember who Everything is by, but this one is The Impossible Knife of Memories. This is by Laurie House Anderson. And All the Bright Places, I forgot once again who wrote this. House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. And my Jennifer Lynn Barnes books. This is the Inheritance Game trilogy, The Grandest Game, The Naturals Quartet, and Deadly Little Scandals duology, and The Brothers Hawthorne by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. And that is it. With that being said, that is the end of my bookshelf tour. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this, and hopefully it gives you guys a bit of book rec for how to organize your books. It doesn't really matter how you're gonna organize your books, to be honest, as long as you enjoy reading and you love your books. That's about it. But if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It will mean a lot to me. And don't forget to continue watching all of my bookmas videos. There'll be more to come. So yeah, that is it for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!